of the mining camps in the Southwest had Chinese cooks, men who led hard, lonely lives. When these Chinese had to cross the barren desert to buy supplies in Tucson, their lives sometimes were not so lonely. They had murderous renegades for company.
Brother, these are the tools of prospectors. What are prospectors doing on Chiricahua land?
We will soon find out. You say your name is Ling Tang? I've seen a lot of things, but I've never seen a Chinese prospector.
I am not a prospector. I am a cook at the Jetson mine.
Where is this mine?
I don't know anymore. I've been lost for 3 days. If it were not for your timely arrival, I'd be dead.
Can you describe the country around this mine?
Yes, it is at the foot of a mountain where water rushes out of the cracks in the sides of the hills. The mine is at the base of a great cliff with layers of many colors.
That is Apache land.
Maybe not, Cochise. I think I know this place. It's on the other side of the Payoncillo Mountains. I would put it outside the reservation.
It is Apache land.
How can you be sure?
I know.
Do not forget, Cochise. I surveyed this boundary line.
We will go with you to look at this mine.
In my country, when a man saves the life of another, he is bound to watch over the fortunes of this man forever. If this were China, I'd be happy to bind myself to such a man as Cochise.
Begun to look familiar to you, Ling Tang?
One rock is so much like another. When I see the great cliff, then I know for sure.
What is that noise like thunder?
That is the Jetson mine. The noise is made by sticks like big firecrackers. Mr. Jetson uses them to break the big rocks.
Dynamite?
Yes, it is called dynamite.
Tom Jeffords, isn't it? I've seen you around Tucson. This is Kirk, one of my partners.
Howdy, Mr. Jeffords.
This is Cochise, the chief of the Chiricahua Apaches.
Cochise? Well, well. Howdy, Chief. You're a very famous man about here. I never thought I would have a chance to meet you. Now, what are you two here for?
Indians attacked me. Mr. Jeffords and Mr. Cochise, they saved my life. They came with me to make sure the Indians don't shoot me again.
Oh, I'm mighty grateful to both of you. I said I'm very grateful, Chief.
Mr. Judson, you must leave this land.
What do you mean? What's he talking about?
This is Apache land. White men must go.
What do you mean, Apache land? The reservation's over the hill.
Now, wait a minute. Don't get angry, Kurt. Mr. Jeffords knows who's right and wrong. Now, if we are on the reservation, I'd rather hear from him before we have trouble with the Indians.
Well, how about it, Jeffords? Are we on the reservation or ain't we?
I'm not sure.
You speak against me?
Cochise, the line runs from the Mexican border to the highest peak of the Peloncillo Mountains. If that is the summit, then these men are in the clear.
I'd like to think we are, sir.
On the other hand, if that peak is a summit, then you're on the reservation. You'll have to get out.
Yeah?
Who's gonna make us?
Don't talk like that, Dan. If we are on the reservation, we'll just move out. No one will have to make us. Now, how do we come to a decision about it, Mr. Jeffords? You know, this means an awful lot to all of us. Do you suppose that we could look at the original survey?
Of course. We'll have to go to Tucson. Pick up a transit on the way back and find out for sure which peak is the summit.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Now, I would like to talk this over with my partners here.
We'll water our horses.
Come on.
What's the pitch, Judd?
Now, you ain't gonna let him talk you out of a rich strike like this, are you?
Keep your voices down. You think I care whether we are on the reservation or not? All I care is about that vein we just uncovered. We need time. Just a little time to clean out the hole. But we don't want any trouble while we're doing it.
Yeah, you're right, Judd.
Woody, you go to Tucson, to Mr. Jeffords. You will take a look at the survey. But I want you to keep him away from here for a week. I don't care how you do it.
Okay, Judd. I'll get my gear.
Is a week gonna be long enough?
It will be. We work around the clock. Anyway, we get the richest stuff.
How about Cochise?
We're 5 men, well armed. How can Cochise give us any trouble?
Now you're talking my language.
But in the meantime, we must play it cozy with the Indian. We must make him believe that we are his best friends.
Hey, Judd, what about my share?
Don't you worry about it. I'll take it out of here myself. Now, we'll meet you in San Francisco at the same old place. If we must put a bullet in Cochise, why, I think it's much better that we're out of the territory anyway. Let's go. Mr. Jeffords, this is Charlie Woodson. We will go to Tucson with you.
When will you be ready to leave?
I'm ready now, if you are.
Anytime.
I'll go get mounted.
Until my brother returns, and the boundary is settled. No yellow iron can be taken from this land.
Well, that's the way you want it, Chief. That's the way it's gonna be. Right, boys? Jeffords? All set? We'll have a chance to get acquainted while the boys are away. I'd like that. We could be very good friends.
Friendship, like the flower of a cactus, blossoms in its own season. It cannot be hurried.
How right you are. But it's got to begin somewhere, don't you think? Why don't you wait right here for Mr. Jeffords? Camp with us.
I will not be far.
But at least get off your pony and have something to eat with us.
I do not refuse your friendship. We will eat from the same bowl together another day.
You're always welcome.
Well, kind of puts a crimp in your act, don't it?
Why should it? He said we couldn't take the gold away from here, but he didn't say we couldn't take it out of the ground.
You're gonna do just like he says, huh? Well, no stinking Apache's gonna tell me what to do.
Cochise! Cochise! In China, this is said to bring good fortune.
I will keep this.
May good fortune go with you, always.
fool. A shot would bring Jeffords back in no time. Now, this is the way it's going to be. We will avoid trouble until we have blasted out the vein in the cliff. When we're ready to leave, if Cochise tries to stop us, we're five. 5 guns against 1. Then you can take your first shot.
China boy! What'd you give that Indian just now?
I give him a good luck charm. He saved my life.
Yeah, well, he won't be able to save your life if I let those hatchet men in San Francisco know where to find you. Look, you step out of line just once more.
Daniels! Cut it out. Leave him alone.
Just you remember, China boy.
All the way back in that crack, Roberts?
Just like you showed me. This thing will split open like a ripe melon.
I hope Cochise don't raise no ruckus over what we're doing.
It's a cinch you wouldn't make a move until Jeffords comes back.
Yeah, it's like Judd says. What can one man do against 5 of us?
He may be one man now, but he won't be for long.
What's that mean?
He's sending for help.
How would you know?
I can read smoke.
Settle up, Kirk. Find out how many show up.
Well, something gone wrong with that sweetness and light treatment, Judd?
Only 10 men, eh?
Yeah, enough to keep an eye on everything we do.
I should have pulled the trigger when I had him in my sights.
It's not too late. We got plenty of guns and ammunition. Better guns than the Apaches. We're more than a match for them.
He's right, Judd.
We each got a pretty good stake, Judd. Why don't we go out now?
Because there's more gold left in that mine than we have gotten out. And I want it all.
Well, me and Mason are satisfied with what we already have. We just want to take our stake and leave these parts.
You dirty critters.
Now, just hold your horses, Judd. If Jeffords gets back and tells us we're on the reservation, we may not take anything away.
I'll take my chances, but get out. Both of you.
Come on, let's get back and blast that hole.
Yeah. Blast that hole and kill 2 birds with a stone. In fact, we can blast the whole face of the cliff and get ourselves a dozen birds.
What are you talking about?
Get some dynamite. I'll show you whether sweetness and light works. Come on.
This trail will take us miles out of the way. That's why it's safer. Okay. But keep your eyes peeled.
You do.
You're free to go. The yellow metal you carry will stay.
Oh, now you got us wrong, Chief. All we're taking out's our gear.
The yellow iron is in your saddlebags, hidden by your gear.
Must have had an eye on us all the time. Well, I need this stake mighty bad. I ain't giving it up.
use plenty of dynamite. I want this thing done right.
I know what I'm doing.
I know you do. That's why I think that this little party's going to be a success.
Yeah.
Don't just stand there. Go back there and give us a hand.
Hey, is this the way to talk to our Chinese friend?
What's this, some more of your sweetness and light?
Ling Tang has been very good to us. Ling, did I ever tell you that you're a fine cook?
Thank you, Mr. Judson. I try.
You know, we have an old saying that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
In China, we say, a man with contentment in his belly makes a more amiable companion.
That's an even better way of putting it. You know, Ling, I want to get to know your friend Cochise a little better. How would you like to invite him for supper?
I like that very much.
Good boy. Do that, huh?
That is the message. He wants very much to be your friend. I will cook for all of you.
Tell Mr. Judson I will be happy to meet him in friendship.
You see that fuse, Dan?
Yeah, that's okay. They'll never see that.
Well, look who we've got here.
Change your minds?
Ah, what happened to you?
Cochise stopped us. He told us we could go out, but we couldn't take any gold out.
Yeah, I knew we had it hidden in our gear all the time.
Probably just making a good guess, that's all.
Oh, watching us every minute. He's probably watching you right now lay that fuse.
Well, let him watch. I bet he doesn't know a thing about dynamite.
Yeah. We're gonna have a big blowout here.
Yeah, and you're just in time.
What are you talking about?
Well, put up your horses. We'll tell you about it later. Hide every inch of it under the sand, the rocks, or something.
Howdy, Chief.
Glad to see you back, Cochise.
China boy, where are you going?
Cochise, Mr. Judson, they're under the cliff, and the cliff is...
Well, I just stick with those pots and pans, or I'll pull a bullet through you.
And that's why we want to be friends with you, Cochise. Even if Jeffords finds that we are on the reservation and we have to move, why, we want you to believe we are good friends, always. Huh, Kurt?
Right.
And to prove our friendship, here, I want you to have this gun.
It is a good gift.
Now, make yourselves comfortable. We'll see if Ling Tang has the food ready.
My braves have big appetites.
Good. Good.
Hold it. You wouldn't be having any ideas about anything now, would you? Johnson! That blasted cook threw a hot iron at me and went off to warn Cochise.
Stop it. The shot would scatter them like quail. Let him get there so that he can be blown up with the others.
Cochise, my friend, you must leave. Go, now.
Seconds. That's all we need, seconds.
The noise you heard like thunder. Look! The sticks that break the big rocks. Go, now!
Go, quickly! Take him!
Why that dirty double cross?
Want them alive!
You were right, Cochise. This valley is part of the reservation.
These mountains have been our home for as long as there is memory of my people. I do not need a piece of paper or the long glass eye to let me know. The map of the Apache homeland is written in my heart.
The food is now ready, gentlemen.
Ling, you ought to open a restaurant in Tucson. We could use some food like this out here.
This is a special meal for me, my friend. But for you, this is one meal I never would have had a chance to eat.
Why don't you give them some too, Ling? Where they're going, they're not going to get food like this for a long time.